Håkan just was fishing here. This should be they say that this is the best spot because you can walk into the lake and fish all around you. And Håkan just fished here for maybe 20 minutes and caught 3. And he was so kind as to just go and fish some other water, so I could fish here. Hi there everyone. Today we're doing something a bit different from the other day where we were fishing a lot with booby flies here in Hökensaas in Sweden. Today Marcus has something special planned for us and probably the thing that I've been most excited about. Today we're doing what, Marcus?
We're doing dry fly fishing.
Yeah, perfect.
No sinking line today. We're doing dry fly fishing for the big mayfly, the Vulgata. Some of the biggest mayfly that is in Sweden here. So that's going to be an awesome day, I think.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, and we timed it perfect with the weather, and the hatching has started in the weekend that has gone. So I think it's going to be a perfect day with a lot of hatching mayflies today.
Yeah, you said something about the water was almost not too ideal, but as ideal as it could be.
Yeah. If I should book a weather, this should be the weather.
Okay.
Sunny, some cloud, 20 degrees. It's perfect. No wind, not at all, almost. So it's gonna be dry fly action today, I think.
Yeah, and you already you were there a couple of days ago, right?
Yeah, I was, because I mean you're in the beginning of May. You're just waiting for the mayfly to start hatching. So I'm out to check how it is, and I heard they started on sort of Friday.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, so I was there on Sunday, and there was some mayfly hatching, but it takes a couple of days before the fish start to recognize the food on the surface.
Yeah.
So I would say today is spot on for dry fly fishing.
They have good fishing in Tuesday and Wednesday,
yeah.
So Thursday today, I think it's going to be prime time.
I think.
Well, you're definitely selling it well.
Yeah.
And I had a bit of, I really was looking forward to this, and I've been thinking about this all evening yesterday. And when we saw the weather forecast and stuff, it's just, yeah, it's really exciting. So, yeah.
It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling sharp and rested and just ready.
You need that.
On point.
Let's hit the water.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go catch some.
Let's head out to the lake.
Yeah. Håkan just was fishing here. This should be they say that this is the best spot because you can walk into the lake and fish all around you. And Håkan just fished here for maybe 20 minutes and caught 3. And he was so kind as to just go and fish some other water, so I could fish here. So my fly is out there. It's lying perfect on the surface. Everything looks good. Now it's just a waiting game. It's a bit strange, this type of fishing, because you basically just place your fly out there. Of course, if you see cruising fish in the area, you just place it, and otherwise just keep it there until you spot a fish and then try to cast to that fish. So It's a bit of back to back to watching, you know, the cork with the worm almost. Yeah. And it backing! it went all the way to the backing. This is the biggest one of the day, and it just keeps going. Crazy! Virkelig stærke altså. Det er virkelig sjovt det her. Det var det jeg følte lige fik lidt. Øj! Det er fandme en flot fisk, den her. Hold. Den er fuldstændig perfekt, Stefan. Den er.
Ej, den er stor.
Ja, og den er fuldstændig perfekt. Sådan også med helt. Prøv at se, halen er helt perfekt, og brystfinnerne, og det er godt nok en høj kvalitet på det her. Prøv lige at se, hvor flot den her fisk er. Altså, den er bare perfekt på alle måder, mand. Virkelig, virkelig en smuk fisk. Og klart den smukkeste, jeg har fået på turen også. Og så på en danica. Nej, den er flot. Now it started. I got my first on the dry fly on this small, well, it's not that small actually, but on this emerger pattern I got from Håkan. I'm gonna do a video about this because this is a really, really nice way of doing it. And you know, just a very nice slow take, head and tail, and then perfect hookup. And of course it was my new, it was the first fish on my new rod. We are so happy and pleased to have become Winston dealers, and this Air 2 series from Winston is just a match made in heaven for this type of fishing. When I first picked up this rod, the Air 2, 8.5 feet forweight, it just instantly felt like, you know, it was just an wherever I looked, where my eye wanted the fly to be, the rod just delivered. So. This is one of the rods I have been the most excited about for many, many years. And I can't wait to basically use this for all kinds of things, but dry fly in particular, of course. Does Håkan have one more? I'm being whooped today, but that's okay, that's okay. Looks like a nice fish as well. I'm gonna get one more now, I think. Ja, den er mega stærk. now it's just after lunch, and we've had an excellent lunch. You cooked us some really, really nice sausages, so
Yes.
it was completely perfect. And we thought we would take the time to just talk a little about this place, because Hökensaas, the place we've been fishing for the past 1.5 days, and are going to fish a few more days, is something that is, I understand, a bit historic. And also the quality of the fish and the quality of the water here is quite spectacular. So we wanted to just take a little time to talk to you, Marcus, and you, of course, Håkan, about the Hökensaas fisheries.
It's a big area, natural sanctuary it's called in English, I think. And it's about 50 to 55 lakes in the area here. We use about 30 of them for fishing, where we stock in fish.
Yeah.
So about 30 in different kind of fishing. We have some lakes that you can spin and angle with baits, power baits and worms and stuff. And then we have some lakes we use only for fly fishing. Then we have some company lakes you can rent for a day to take out the company and the employees to barbecue, like we did, and catch some fish and have a fun day. And then we have that kind of lake that we have here, that you can, there are quoted places, like 6 in this lake every day. So you can book your place for a day then.
And when you buy a license, do you buy a license for the entire area? As you said, this is restricted. This is limited to only 6 anglers.
Yeah.
But how does it work otherwise?
Now we have like colored schemes, and we have like the yellow lakes is like 10. You have for bait and lures like spinning and stuff like that. Then you have 10 lakes, so you can buy a license only for them if you're a spin fisher. And then you can buy a red license, then you get the red ones, that's for fly fishing. But you also, in the red card, who is a little bit more expensive, get the yellow one. So if you're fed up with fly fishing for the day, you can go out to spin fish in the yellow one. And then we have like this, like I said, like 4 of these quoted lakes with a number of places.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a little bit special because the Vulgata. And then we have Strandgölen, who is only bigger fish, no one underneath 1.5 kilo.
Okay.
And then you have Bastasjön, who has...
we were yesterday.
Belly boat fishing.
You can use belly boat if you want to in that one. And
so there's kind of a theme to many of the lakes.
Yeah, a little bit at least, and they're pretty different. This is a small kind of lake, not the smallest, but a kind of small one. We have really big ones where you can rent a boat and stuff like that. So, and we have smaller ones also. So everyone can find a favorite spot at Hökensaas. I think so. So
and you could buy a daily license or a week license or even a yearly one.
Yeah. Many people staying at the camping spots buy a year license, so they can go out fish whenever they want. So,
but you also have possibility to buy a permit for a family for a day as well.
Yeah, of course.
So some
family license or just an afternoon.
Yeah.
You can buy from 3 to midnight. You can buy an afternoon card. It is a bit cheaper, and you can take out the family or yourself to go out fishing. So.
And we can also add that during the summer you used to have some family fishing.
Now we're gonna pick up that this year. The pandemic has set stop for that kind of activity, but this year we have a guy who's working in the summertime in the shop, and he actually is going to be out for a couple of hours by the yellow lakes to help families and kids to start up with fishing.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Really good idea. You told me that this was, a really the area here has been you've been working on this area for a very long time.
Not me in person, because it started 1957. Yeah. I'm old, but not that old. So like 57 they started up this because there was low price on the fish for food. Yeah. And then it thought of ideas to use the fish for other things to get more money. Yeah. And then they start putting fish in the lakes and start with sport fishing. Like 1957. 1906 the stocking started actually. And then there was food consumption the first 50 years, and then sport fishing. Because the quality of the fish that we've caught has just been really high, very high compared to what you see in stocked fish in Denmark. And that's you stock them yourselves, right? Yeah, we have 2 stockeries and we stock them ourselves, and we aim for the best quality in Sweden and in the world for the sport fishing.
I was really excited about the quality of the individual fish you had here, because I just landed one that took me into the backing with just absolutely perfect fins, and just it really looked like a completely wild fish, or almost at least. And that's not something you see, not something we're used to in Denmark on the stocked fish. But the quality you have here is really, really unique.
Yeah, we aim for that one.
Yeah.
We aim to get as close as a natural fish as possible with a little bit thinner body and bigger fins.
Yeah.
And tight dots. That's
Yeah,
nice too.
yeah.
So we do all we can to get a nice fish in the lakes, and we're pretty close to perfect, I would say.
Yeah, it's really nice to see the fish out here. They are behaving like, you know, wild trouts.
Yeah.
They're feeding on the natural insects, and you can get all that type of fishing, all the, you know, imitation fishing with small nymphs and stuff. Yeah. They will grab a booby as well. We saw that yesterday, of course, but
for sure.
But they can also be very tricky and just take the smallest DRYFLY you can get.
Exactly.
So
but I mean,
that's the fun part.
Yeah, but the wild fish will also grab a booby, you know. So you
for
that's
sure.
not a
for sure.
not a good way to compare it. But thank you very much for that. You know, that introduction to this place, and a little bit about the history.
Yeah.
I think now everything inside me just is screaming for me to go fish again, because they are rising like crazy.
They're calling for us.
Yeah, we should go get some more.
Let's grab one.
Yeah. Perfect for the grill, right?
Awesome fish. Yeah, that's perfect on the grill. Yeah. Let's take some.
Back, Håkan.
Catch and cook.
We decided to kill a fish to eat on the barbie tonight, and this one fit the bill. It's gonna be really good for all of us.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's
it is
really good to eat. So it's gonna be perfect on the grill.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And that's also one of the things here. You should not be afraid of killing a fish and you know, taking a fish with you, because they will restock the lakes. So if you catch a nice fish, then
bring it home. Eat it.
Yeah, exactly,
for sure.
Exactly.
We put in fish every week, so
yeah,
there's gonna be new one next week. So
I'm looking forward to this one.
It's gonna be perfect on the grill.
Yeah. All mayflies have at least three different stages, of which we try to imitate them, and that are good to know for any fly fisherman who fishes with nymphs or dryflies. And that is the nymph state. And in the nymph state, that is the really longest part of the life cycle of these mayflies, and we can imitate those with a nymph kind of like this one. It's very similar to the Ephemera danica, the Vulgata. But well, that looked like a nice one. But as I said, the nymph the nymph part of the life cycle is the longest, and then at a certain time of year, when the water hits a certain degree, they will swim from the bottom and up through the water column, and then they will hatch in the surface. And when they're in that state, just lying in the surface, just being kind of struggling to get out of the nymph's skin, that's when you can tie an emerger. And this is a way to do that. This is Håkan's Vulgata emerger, and basically this is some CDC and some hackle and stuff. And this will be just in the surface film. And then once they completely shed their nymph hide, they will emerge as what we call a dun. And there's actually one more that should be here. That's the spinner, but we're gonna talk about that afterwards. Then there is the dun stage, and the dun stage is where it has shed the nymph hide, and is just sitting on the surface, just drying its wings before it can fly off and find a mate, and mate. And then afterwards it will fly onto the water, lay its eggs on the surface of the water, simply just drop the eggs down so they will sink to the bottom, and then it will die. And when it dies, it becomes a spinner, and that normally happens in the evening. So I'm gonna show you one of those as well. I have one here. It will die with its wing kind of out to each side. This has been in my box for more than a year, so it's a bit mangled, but you can see it really has the two wings very distinctively out onto the side, so it's basically lying stretched out on the water dead after spent. It has basically dropped its payload, and this stage is the very, very longest of the three. From the time it starts to hatch and swims towards the surface to when it's dead is as little as 1 day or as long as 14 days. So the stages of where we fish these as dry flies is very limited compared to the actual lifespan of the mayfly. That's all for today, folks. We're signing off, mostly due to the fact that if it gets a bit darker, it's going to be impossible to film. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We're still fishing here. My dry fly is laying out there on the water. There's quite a lot of activity on the spinners. We managed to catch fish today on both the nymph, the emerger, the dun, and the spinner. So we went full circle today. That was also really nice. As you can see, the fish are still rising just behind me. So, but as always, please subscribe to the channel. That would mean a lot to us, right, Stefan?
Exactly, it would.
And remember to like and throw us a comment or something. Otherwise, swing by Nordic Anglers. The only reason we're able to do these kinds of things is that people actually buy stuff from our web shop. So swing by there if ever you're in need of fly tying or fly fishing equipment of any kind. Otherwise, all there's left to say is thank you so much for watching, and good luck out on the water.
See you in the next one.
See you in the next one.